This is my new car, and in this video I want to switch out the shifter knob that has seen better days. I love this car, but it needs a lot of work. So let's get started. I was putting this project off for a long time because I thought that I had to disassemble the entire middle console of the car, but you can just twist it off. So now it's time to get it into even more pieces. First, I'm gonna have to remove this leather exterior, and then I also have to do something about this faded chrome paint. And it's not just faded, it's actually peeling off and cutting into my hand as I drive, so it definitely needs to be replaced. I was actually pleasantly surprised to find that it is genuine leather that is glued onto this. And it's not the highest quality, since it ripped up in a couple of places, but my car is 20 years old anyways, so it's time for a change. And I'm going to be using some really nice and really high quality Italian leather that I have from bag making and from wallet making. Hopefully it will do the job fine. Now I want to make an exact replica of this flattened out piece, but I cannot flatten it out correctly because over the years it has formed to the shape of the knob. So first I'm gonna cut it in half. As you can see, there is a seam, and then I'm going to lay it flat and transfer the pattern onto a piece of leather. And I could just draw it directly onto the leather, but that will leave me with one shot to get it right. And I want to make a repeatable process, so if I have to tweak anything, if I have to redo anything, it's way easier if I have a paper cutout of the template. This is the leather that I'm going to be coating the knob with, and it is significantly thicker than what was on it already, so I hope that I won't run into any issues. After cutting out both sides, I can sew them together. I've already marked out where my stitches need to go, and the only thing I need to pay close attention to is that I don't lose alignment when I'm sewing through these two pieces. Even though my sewing machine is a heavy-duty Zinger model, it is really not heavy-duty, and most of the components inside are made of plastic, so sewing through leather is something that shouldn't be done with careless hands, so to speak. But thankfully this stitch came out great, and it actually popped into the geometry that I want. So now let's fit it onto the knob and see how it looks. I tried to match the geometry as perfectly as possible, but as you can see I have a lot of slack material, and that is for two reasons. One, because I was really afraid that I was going to cut everything short, so I added a bit more. And the second one is this. I need to glue it on, and after the glue is dried, the top like chrome part will keep the leather on the shifter knob. So if you have a bit of extra leather, then that means that the chrome piece can bite into something more, and hopefully the fit will be even more secure. Now I cut this segment pretty short, but I was fumbling around with this glue and shifter knob setup for like 20 minutes because I really wanted to get the fit as perfectly as I could, and the leather was really difficult to work with because of the thickness. But after a while and a bit of trimming, I finally managed to place it where it needs to go, and it was time to secure it with the chrome piece. After putting on the chrome piece and securing it with the screw, I had to let the glue dry for a couple of hours. And the next day I actually had to use this shifter knob to drive to work, and it worked flawlessly. So yeah, that's pretty good. But still, I need to continue with the restoration, because this chrome piece really can't stay like this. I did a bit of research online, and I figured out that painting chrome is quite difficult, and it's not something that I think I can handle in a small apartment. So what I decided on doing is to scuff up the surface and take off all the flakes that were flaking off and basically paint it black. I think that the black on black thing could look really cool. So I took it out onto my balcony and I painted it black. And this is the result that I ended up with. I think it looks pretty cool. I painted it with 2 layers of black paint and 2 layers of acrylic coating paint. It's quite shiny, but there's still a texture and it's not slippery at all, so it will do the job quite right. And since I managed to do this entire project in just 2 days, I figured, why not push it a bit further? There's this cover that is on the shifter knob, and it is made of a synthetic, like leather-like texture, and I don't think it looks really nice. It doesn't need to be replaced, so it's not damaged or anything, but still, I think it would look cool if it was this deep black color that the shifter knob is. So I popped it out of its hole, and as you can see, this assembly is going to be quite easy. It's just attached with a couple of staples, and on the other side it is attached by a single strip of wire. So this assembly was like 5 minutes. However, as always, I have time pressure against me since I have to drive to work tomorrow and I cannot let that cover stay off the car while I'm driving. That means that I have to finish this today. And it's always a bit risky to start a project from like 6 o'clock in the evening and hope that you finish like till 10 so that you can get a couple of hours of sleep in before you have to go and take your car to work. But I enjoy this challenge and I didn't think it was going to be that much of an issue. The design process is basically the same. You make a template, cut it out of paper, and then transfer that onto leather, cut that out, sew it together, and put it back on. Thankfully, I have a lot of this black leather lying around because the store that I used to buy leather from closed and they had a wholesale of all the items that didn't sell before the store closed, and I could get it for a very good discount. So I'm still chugging through my supply and trying to find leather items that I can restore or make or figure out something to do with. This first stitch was quite easy. Sewing these two pieces together took no less than 20 seconds. And after this I have to do a butterfly stitch or a French seam or whatever, and it's going to take a whole lot of effort because of the conic shape of this design. As I usually do with French seams, I glue down both sides, so both flaps of the seam, and then I run it through my sewing machine. I find that it helps with alignment and makes your piece look a bit tidier. And there's also the added benefit that even if a stitch fails, hopefully the glue will hold. So that's it on both sides, the seam is finished. And now I just need to sew it through. Just like that. But let me show you why this was extremely difficult. You need to pay close attention because if you're going through this side, then you want to keep the other side of the leather piece out of the way. So that means you need to tuck it in under the sewing machine's presser foot and make your way around and around the seam. And that gets progressively more difficult as you move up the conic shape. Here in this time lapse you can see my struggle. I actually had to hand stitch all of it. Well, hand stitch in a way that I use my sewing machine and cranked the hand crank all the way through. This took a good long 30 minutes, plus another 20 when my sewing machine decided to jam up and I had to disassemble it and fix it. It really wasn't necessary to do this French seam, since it doesn't really add any strength to the seam at all. But it is a cosmetic thing, and if the original design had it, then I had to have it too. And it turned out pretty good in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Anyways, after that, it's only the assembly left. So I pressed in the attachment point of the shifter knob, so I'm just gonna use some wire. By twisting it on, I will hopefully secure the leather in place. I always find that you can get the most tension if you actually twist it off to the point of the wire actually shearing off. So you don't need to cut anything, you just need to twist, 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 and it will come off on its own. That's it. I'm pretty happy with that. Now for the underside. This proved to be a challenge without stapling gun, but I just used some pliers, heated up the ends of the wire and pushed it through the soft plastic. And after a while, I ended up with this. Damn, these are looking really, really sick. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Anyways, on to the assembly to the car. As you can see, it was quite nerve-wracking to drive around without this shroud covering the shifter, because if anything fell into that little hole, then very, very big problems could arise. But thankfully everything clicked in place and it was secured onto the middle console. Now, after twisting on the shifter knob, the project is done. I have lots of upgrades planned for this car, and the next thing that I'm going to tackle is to replace the entire lining of the roof and all the pillars. And that is going to be a significantly bigger challenge than this small project. But still, it's gonna be a fun sewing project, and I hope you will follow along for next time. That's it from me. Thanks and bye bye.